All right, let's look at the homework 3.1, 3.2, problem number 6. All right, so the function is square root of 25 minus x squared. So this is a semicircle with radius 5. So if you look at the picture, it's going to look like this. So you have, here's the x-axis, and here is the y-axis. And this is the origin here. And then you have a negative 5 and the positive 5. And we have 5 here. And then you have a graph which looks like this. All right. All right, so the domain is from negative 5 to positive 5. So we're going to look at the domain of this function. So d sub f is from negative 5 to positive 5. Right? So let's find a critical number. So I don't like square root, so I'm going to rewrite it as a quantity 25 minus x squared and to the 1/2 power. Right? Then if you take the derivative of this guy, you're going to get positive 1/2 goes in front, and 25 minus x squared remains the same, and reduce the power by 1. So it's going to be negative 1/2. Then we're going to multiply by derivative of inside, which is going to be negative 2x. All right, then we can cancel. There's a 2 on top, and there's 2 on the bottom. And then if you clean it up, so you have a negative sign. So here's a negative sign there. So I'll put that in front. Then there is x here on top. So I'll put x on top. Right? And then we have a negative sign with the 25 minus x squared. So I'll put 25 minus x squared on the bottom. Then we have a 1/2 power, which is a square root there. Right? So if you set this guy equal to 0, you can see that this is just the x equals 0. Right? So that's one of the critical numbers. Right? Another critical number would be if you put either positive 5 or negative 5, denominator becomes 0, and negative 5 and positive 5 are in the domain. So we know that the f prime of negative 5 and also f prime of positive 5 are also undefined. Right, which makes x equals positive or negative 5 critical numbers. Right, so we will have critical numbers 0 and the positive or negative 5. Right, so let's type it in. Right, so we got negative 5, also 0, and a positive 5. All right, then let's see, find an open interval which the function is increasing, decreasing, and here. All right, in this case, you can see that it's increasing between negative 5 and 0, and decreasing between 0 and 5. But we can tell from the derivative, so let's do the number line here. So we have a number line. All right, so critical number is 0. And negative 5. Actually, the domain is only from negative 5 and positive 5, so we can actually restrict ourselves to just this, negative 5 to positive 5. All right, then let's look at the sign of the derivative. So if you look at the f prime of anything between negative 5 and positive 5, so I'm going to try negative 1. Right, so if you put negative sign, negative 1 here, negative 1, there's a negative sign positive. 25 minus negative 1 squared is going to be positive, so it's going to be positive here. But if you plug in positive 1, because of the negative sign, everyone else is positive, it's going to be negative. All right, so we can see that the original function here is increasing and here decreasing. All right, so we're gonna say here, all right, it's increasing between -5 to 0 and decreasing from 0 to +5. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got all these guys correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.